400 bridges, more than 150 canals, and a single wrong move that can cost you well over 100 euros in wasted tickets and fees. Everything you need to know when you go to Venice as a tourist is in this video. In the next minutes, you will learn the 3 transport mistakes most visitors make in their first hour and the exact fixes that keep your budget afloat. Stay with me to the end for a free viewpoint most guidebooks forget to mention. If this is your first time here, relax. Venice looks complicated, but with a few smart habits, it becomes one of the easiest places to enjoy in Europe. Today, we are solving transport, choosing the right neighborhood, eating like a local, avoiding fines, and timing the famous sites so you never stand in a soul-crushing line. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more travel guides. Your Venice journey usually starts at Marco Polo Airport or at Santa Lucia train station. From the airport, there are 2 smart routes. The budget route is the blue bus to Piazzale Roma. It takes about 20 minutes and costs roughly 10 euros. From Piazzale Roma, you switch to the public water bus called Vaporetto. The scenic route is the Ali Laguna airport boat. It sails straight into the lagoon and drops you at piers near San Marco, Rialto, or Giudecca. Expect about 15 euros and 50 to 70 minutes on the water. It is slow but beautiful, especially at sunset. Inside the city, the Vaporetto is your workhorse. A single 60 to 75 minute ticket costs a lot, so most people save money with a day or multi-day pass. A 1-day pass pays off quickly if you ride more than twice. 2 or 3-day passes are often the best value for first-timers. Buy passes at ACTV booths or the machines at major piers, then always tap to validate before boarding. Learn 2 lines and you already win. Line 1 crawls up the Grand Canal and stops everywhere. It is perfect for a scenic float and great for first look photos. Line 2 is the express version and saves serious time when you just need to move. Here is the classic money leak. Visitors roll their suitcase out of Santa Lucia station, climb onto line 1, and spend 40 minutes drifting to Rialto while a faster line 2 gets them there in 10. Decision rule is simple. If you want a moving postcard, ride line 1. If you want to arrive, take line 2. There is also a 1-coin secret. The traghetto is a gondola ferry that locals use to cross the Grand Canal where there is no bridge, it costs only a couple of euros. You stand for the crossing, you save 15 minutes of walking, and you get the gondola photo without the gondola price. Classic taxi mistake number 2, thinking you need a private water taxi from the station. They look glamorous, they also cost more than a nice dinner for 2. Unless you are a group splitting the fare or arriving very late with heavy bags, the Vaporetto does the same job. Final transport truth, Venice is small. Most of your days will be on foot. Plot your hotel within 10 minutes of a Vaporetto stop so you do not drag luggage over 6 bridges at midnight. That one choice saves more energy than any hack in this video. Venice is a patchwork of neighborhoods called sestieri. Each has a mood, a price, and a type of traveler it suits. San Marco is the postcard. You step out and the Basilica and bell tower are around the corner. It is also the most expensive and the most crowded. If you love early morning photos with no one around, staying here lets you capture the square at sunrise before tour groups arrive. Dorso Duro is the artsy student side with the Accademia, the Peggy Guggenheim collection, and long waterfront promenades on the Zattere. It is perfect for couples who want calmer nights and cafe mornings. Cannaregio is where Venice still feels like a city, not a theme park. It has canal-side wine bars, reliable supermarkets, and lower prices than the center. If you want value without losing the atmosphere, this is your base. Castello stretches east from San Marco and gets quieter with every block. It is great for families and anyone who sleeps best when the only sound is water against stone. Santa Croce and San Polo are the logistical heart near the bus station and the Rialto market. They are convenient if you plan day trips to the islands or if you want to be close to transport. Giudecca is across the water with wide views, back to the skyline. Hotels often cost less for more space. You commute by Vaporetto, and the sunsets are outrageous. Set expectations on price. Dorm beds can be found for the price of a nice dinner if you book early. Mid-range, doubles land around 150 to 200 in normal months and rise in peak season. Luxury waterfront suites go far higher. There is a small city tax per person per night that you pay at check-in. Day trip entry fees may appear on certain peak days, so always check the official city calendar when you plan. Here is the neighborhood test. If you plan to visit galleries and the Accademia, choose Dorso Duro. If your dream is to step into an empty Piazza San Marco at dawn, pick San Marco or Castello. If your priority is great food at normal prices, Cannaregio wins. Venice rewards the curious eater. Start with cicchetti, which are little bar snacks served on bread or as skewers. They are cheap and perfect for a self-guided tasting crawl. Step into a baccaro, point to 2 or 3 pieces, order a small glass of house wine called an Ombra, and repeat at the next place. Reliable stops include All Arco near Rialto for warm bacala mantecato and Cantina do Mori for sardines with sweet onion. Osteria al Squero gives you a view of a real gondola workshop as you snack on tuna pepper toasts. At lunch, go where the menus are handwritten and there are no photos. Try bigali in salsa, a thick spaghetti with anchovy and onion, or squid ink risotto. If you see moishe in season, those are tiny soft-shell lagoon crabs and they are special. Spritz culture started here. The local favorite uses Select instead of Aperol. You order a spritz, the bartender asks which spirit, and you answer with confidence. If you prefer bitter orange, you know what to say. If you want the ruby red classic, choose Campari. The cheapest spritzes are on the student side of town. Sit-down service costs more than standing at the bar. Morning coffee has rules. At the counter, a cappuccino costs less than a seat outside in a famous square. In Italy, milk drinks are for morning hours, espresso is for any time. Pay at the register, keep the receipt, hand it to the barista, and enjoy your tiny moment of local life. St. Mark's Basilica is stunning and it is free to enter, but the line snakes across the square. The trick is timing. Aim for the first slot of the day or the final hour before closing. Shoulders and knees need to be covered and backpacks are checked at a nearby office, so go light. The Doge's palace is next door, and it is worth the ticket for the golden staircase and the bridge of sighs that leads to the old prison. Again, early or late is your friend. Booking a timed entry keeps you moving. The Rialto market wakes up at dawn. Fishmongers lay out lagoon catches and locals buy produce for the day. Arrive before 9 and you get the best light and the best smells. This is where you realize Venice is still a living place, not just a backdrop. For art lovers, the Accademia shows a timeline of Venetian painting, and the Peggy Guggenheim collection adds a modern punch. If you only choose one, ask yourself whether you want Renaissance masters or a sculpture garden beside the water with 20th century surprises. One free gem many visitors miss is the rooftop terrace at the old Merchants Building near Rialto. You book a free time slot online, ride the escalator, and step onto a terrace that opens the whole city like a model at your feet. Finally, ride a vaporetto down the Grand Canal at night, sit in the open back, and let palaces drift past like a cinema reel. This is the cheapest night cruise you will ever take. Venice protects its fragile stones and waters with strict rules. Swimming in canals brings a heavy fine. Sitting for a picnic on monument steps in the central squares gets you a ticket. Feeding pigeons is banned. Wheeled suitcases are allowed, but dragging them down historic stairs at 6 in the morning while the city sleeps is not how you make friends. Churches expect respectful clothing. Bring a light scarf in your day bag and you are always ready. Do not touch boats that are tied to private moorings. Do not block narrow bridges for a selfie. Move to one side, take the shot, let people pass. Cash and cards coexist. Many Baccari accept cards now, but a small stack of coins speeds up life. Avoid bright blue independent cash machines that charge big commissions. Look for normal bank branches when you need to withdraw. Night safety is excellent by big city standards. The biggest risk is a wrong turn through a maze of lanes that doubles your walking time. A simple offline map fixes that. The second risk is an unexpected high tide in autumn and winter. Raised walkways appear and rubber boots appear in shop windows. If you travel in those months, check tide forecasts in the morning. comes the bonus I promised. There is a rooftop with a free timed ticket that delivers the best panorama in town. Reserve a slot before you travel, pick a golden hour time, and arrive 10 minutes early. Security scans your bag, you go up, and suddenly every dome and bell tower sits below you in perfect light. Bring a small lens cloth because lagoon humidity loves camera glass. After your photos, walk 2 minutes to a tiny pier where a traghetto crosses the canal. You get the gondola angle, you pay a coin, and you smile because you just beat Venice at its own game. That is your Venice playbook without the confusion and without the cues. Which tip will save you the most time on day one? Are you staying near the square for sunrise photos or in Cannaregio for local food and calm nights? What is your plan for that first cicchetti crawl? Tell me in the comments so we can trade ideas before you fly. Don't forget to give it a big like and subscribe to our channel for more adventures.